On a clear June day in 2025, Air India Flight 171 departed Ahmedabad for London Gatwick, carrying hundreds of passengers and crew. The Boeing 787 Dreamliner, a symbol of modern aviation, was expected to deliver another routine journey. But within moments of takeoff, disaster struck. The aircraft lost power and began a rapid, uncontrolled descent. Witnesses on the ground watched in horror as the jet crashed, killing over 270 people on board and causing further casualties below. This was the first fatal accident for the Dreamliner, sending shockwaves through the aviation world. Emergency crews rushed to a scene of devastation, while families faced unimaginable loss and uncertainty. The urgent question, how could such a technologically advanced aircraft fail so catastrophically, so soon after takeoff? Attention turned to the recovery of the black boxes, the only hope for understanding the tragedy. The world waited for answers, desperate to make sense of the unthinkable. Investigators from India's Air Accident Investigation Bureau began by examining the wreckage of the advanced Boeing 787. No mechanical faults or engine failures were found. The aircraft was in perfect working order at takeoff. With technical failure ruled out, focus shifted to the cockpit and the actions of the pilots. The flight data recorder revealed a shocking truth: the engines were deliberately shut down moments after liftoff. Both engines lost power not due to malfunction but because the fuel supply was manually cut off. This action, unthinkable during takeoff, left the plane powerless at low altitude. The investigation now centered on the cockpit. Who made this decision, and why? The mystery deepened. Was it error, or something more? The heart of the investigation became the engine fuel control switches, located between the pilots in the 787 cockpit. These switches are used to start the engines before takeoff and shut them down after landing, never during flight except in dire emergencies. They're protected by safety guards, requiring a deliberate two-step action to move from run to cutoff. Accidentally shutting down one engine is rare. Shutting down both is catastrophic. The flight data showed both switches were moved to cutoff just after takeoff, starving the engines of fuel. With no thrust, the Dreamliner became a glider with no chance of recovery at such low altitude. There is no standard procedure for this action in normal flight. The switch's movement was clear and intentional, sealing the fate of everyone on board. Investigators were left with a chilling question: how could this have happened? The cockpit voice recorder revealed chaos and confusion in Flight 171's final seconds. The co-pilot was flying, the captain monitoring, standard procedure. After the engines lost power, one pilot asked, "Why did you switch the fuel engines to cutoff?" The other denied touching the switches. This exchange exposed a breakdown in communication and situational awareness at the worst possible moment. Both pilots tried to restart the engines, but the process takes time they didn't have. The aircraft was too low and too slow. Only one engine briefly regained thrust before impact. The crew's desperate efforts were futile against gravity and altitude. The tragedy was sealed by confusion and a critical error no one could explain. The preliminary report explained how Flight 171 crashed, but brought little comfort to grieving families. For them, technical details are overshadowed by the loss of loved ones. The findings have shaken the airline industry, raising urgent questions about pilot training, cockpit procedures, and mental health. Regulators worldwide are now scrutinizing the case, determined to prevent a similar disaster. The investigation continues, delving into the pilots' backgrounds and every detail of the flight. Was this a tragic mistake or something intentional? The answer remains elusive. The pursuit of truth is now essential, not just for closure, but to make air travel safer for all. Only by learning from this tragedy can the memory of those lost be truly honored.